Welcome to the SAMS Seaweed farm. We're situated in Loch Linnhe on the west coast of Scotland. We've got Lismore behind us and Mull off in the distance. This summer we undertook a large harvesting campaign in order to understand the methods that we need to generate for large-scale seaweed aquaculture.
Successful seaweed cultivation always starts with the right environment, and here at SAMS we are fortunate enough to cultivate our seaweed in these pristine and very productive coastal waters of the west coast of Scotland. And basically all the seaweed needs is a lot of nutrients which are naturally occurring here in these waters and a lot of energy from the sun. And we want to understand better what actually shapes the seaweed, so what are the key environmental drivers that make the seaweed we want to harvest and we want to use.
We're constantly exploring through different research projects methods to cultivate algae at a large scale, whilst also looking at the methods needed for seeding and harvesting.
We have been studying seaweed cultivation for more than 7 years here at our 2 experimental seaweed farms. But actually the work and research at SAMS goes back to the 1880s. So we are looking back at more than 100 years of experience regarding micro and macroalgae, and all this accumulated knowledge is now available not only to us researching seaweed, but also to the industry to drive this cultivation process forward.
At the SAMS Seaweed farm we're cultivating a range of different species, including 3 species of brown kelp, and we're looking to develop the nursery methods needed for the reds and the greens. We're constantly looking for opportunities to diversify the species that we can grow here at the site, and this year we're deploying native oysters to the seaweed farm. We're looking forward to working with all of you to see what species we can cultivate together and make this system as efficient as possible.
The key to all this work actually starts with something much smaller but just as important, and that is back at SAMS where we have our very own seaweed nursery.
The first thing you need for successfully growing seaweed is seeded twine. Here in our seaweed nursery, we release spores from wild kelp species and we create gametophyte cultures. We store and culture gametophytes under red light because it stores them for a long time, so we can have them for multiple years. These species are Saccharina latissima, Laminaria digitata and Alera esculenta. So they're all kelp species, and we use them to bulk up cultures and then fertilize them under white light. We then seed the twine and grow them in the seaweed nursery. From there, they're sent out to seaweed farmers and grown at sea. As a research organisation, we're also always looking to improve our processes and diversify the species we work with.
We also do a lot of research into the challenges that seaweed farmers are facing. We're trying to understand better the issues that limit productivity, including seaweed diseases and seaweed pests. We work with farmers from all over the world. We have established a global network of collaborations through which we transfer knowledge between seaweed farmers and researchers, and also between different regions. All this in support of a global, sustainable seaweed industry. This includes also extensive work on biosecurity, which enables us to manage risk associated to seaweed farming and its interaction with the environment.
Our algal research at SAMS now extends beyond just farming. We can now tailor the biomass to extract products that are of interest to industry. My particular interests are how we can maximise the use of seaweed biomass in terms of the seaweed circular economy. All of these developments will help maximise your crop for this new developing industry.
Here at SAMS you'll find a unique combination of practical experience and scientific research that feeds into our proven seaweed production. Please get in touch with us if you'd like information on the best available seeded line products, or for consultancy from setting up your farm to harvesting. We're here to help you with a successful seaweed farm.